What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Today we beat the game. We haven't done it yet, but that's something we're going to do. Before I do that, though, I want to show you these guys, just because they're pretty badass, and I haven't really shown them off at all before, so I feel like I should be doing more damage to them. But, yeah. They're worth a lot of experience, most notably, so... You gotta be a little bit careful not to get a little too far into the room, otherwise you'll attract some friends. Oh. So this guy's kind of wrecking me a little bit. And he knocked me out of the room. I didn't even get my healing. If you equip the Alucard mail, the fire that he does will do basically no damage to you. I feel like normally these guys aren't so hard to kill. Maybe... I don't think I can do that. I feel like the shield rod is... Oh, right, because they've got armor, so they take reduced damage to slashing weapons. There we go, 56 damage, that's a lot better. Yeah, that's a thing that happens. So, just for reference, that gave me about 4,000 experience. So, they gave you a lot of experience. If you ever feel like you need to level up, and you feel like you can take them on, they're definitely the guys to kill. And especially when you get to especially high level, they're going to be one of the few enemies in the game that can actually still give you experience. So, yeah. Now that we've gotten all 5 pieces of Vlad, the clock tower, not the clock tower, but the clock room opens up, much the same as it did when we got the holy glasses. Another heart refresh there. And I took a little bit of damage from the guardian fellow, so I might as well heal up. Your sub-weapon doesn't actually matter at all here. Oh, I've already got the equipment that I need. So, just elevator up. If you're a little bit tight on map completion, then you can obviously explore this side of the room. And I guess I'm gonna do it anyways, because why not? If I can actually, you know, not completely fail at moving. Yeah, I guess that's a bit of a tall order, isn't it? So yeah. Yay, map! Then we come down here and say hello to Shaft.
You have done well in making it this far.
Thanks.
I would expect no less from the son of our master.
So you are the one who was controlling Belmont.
You figured that out, did you?
Yes. I am the dark priest called Shaft. This world must be cleansed in the forge of chaos.
Why?
Why did you make Belmont lord of this castle?
For centuries, vampire hunters have defeated evil with holy power.
Holy power!
If 2 vampire hunters were to fight each other,
But Belmont's power is supreme among vampire hunters. None other could defeat him.
exactly. That's why I removed him as a threat, by making him into lord of this castle.
But your plan has failed.
But he wanted to kill Dracula still.
We'll see what happens after I destroy your weak human side.
I don't think that's something you can do. Like, I can't just be... don't think you can be just like, I want to kill just that side. Anyways, we kill Shaft the same way we kill every boss since we got the Alucard shield.
You claim to love the darkness. Go then and dwell there for all eternity.
Oh, burn!
But my goal is achieved. Count Dracula has come to purify this corrupt world with the searing flames of chaos.
Has he? I guess we'll have to see about that. I'm not sure who thought it was a good idea to make a boss like, what should Shaft do? He should float around the room in a giant glowing orb and shoot other giant glowing orbs at you. Let's do that.
Father,
Well met, my son. It's been a long time.
I was hoping we would not see each other again. I can't allow you to leave here, Father.
Why are you so cold, Alucard?
You have ever been the ally of humans. Have you forgotten what they did to your mother?
No.
Think you I would forget such a thing?
Think
No.
you I would
Neither
forget
do I
such a
seek
thing.
revenge against them.
Still uttering the same nonsense. No matter. Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me in remaking this world!
No thanks.
Dracula, in the name of my mother, I will defeat you again.
Oh man, this game is so full of amazingly terrible lines. I'm pretty sure if you have the shield up, that slash attack can't even actually hit
Go
you.
back whence you came. Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
How? How is it that I've been so defeated?
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Of course.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul?
Matthew 16:26, I believe.
Tell me, what were Lisa's last words?
This whole like pain,
She said, "I
breathing,
hate humans. If
dying
you cannot
death
live with
scene
them,
is
then it
kind of
must
funny
do them no
considering
harm, for theirs is
they've got this
already
like
a
frozen
hard lot."
image of this like
She also
terrifying
said to
looking
tell you
Dracula
that she
creature
would
on the
love you
screen.
for all of eternity.
Lisa, forgive me. Farewell, my son.
I'm pretty sure there's like a split second there where you can actually pause the game, equip a library card, and use it, and just return to the library. But I missed my opportunity. The Blight. So
So
now
you
what?
made it.
Alucard, I'm glad you're all right.
I'm sorry. 'Tis my fault you had to fight your own father.
Pretty much.
Fear not. I had my own reasons for destroying him.
It must have been painful for you.
Not really.
Indeed. But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph
Is for good men to do nothing.
I understand.
As cheesy as these
Alucard?
scenes are, that
What
line
will
is
you
pretty
do now?
awesome.
The blood that flows in my veins is cursed. 'Twould be best for this world if I were to disappear forever.
I see.
Farewell then. We'll not meet again.
Alucard,
Don't you want to go after him, Maria?
I'm sorry. I can't let him disappear from my life.
It's all right. Go after him. Perhaps you can save his haunted soul.
Thank you, Richter. Fare thee well.
And yourself, dear lady.
And that's pretty much the only difference between the good ending, like the best ending, and the good ending is whether or not Maria goes after him. And now we are serenaded by the stylings of I Am the Wind. But rather than that, I think I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on Symphony of the Night. Ultimately, like, Symphony of the Night is just a really, really, really good game, in my opinion. Like, I talked a little bit before about my thoughts on the level design, how it's just so impressive that they were able to make a game with a good level design that works both like properly oriented and upside down. That's just amazing to me. And the fact that they were able to, like, they included this entire second castle that I'm sure most people, when they were playing through the game the first time, didn't even know it was there. Like, how cryptic is it that you have to get the gold ring, get the silver ring, and then wear them both in the clock tower? They don't really give you that many hints to it. Like, there are hints there, but a modern gamer would never find those hints for the most part. No one would ever find that unless they were like being fairly thorough and like reading the descriptions of every item and stuff like that. And the fact that like not quite half the game is basically something that a lot of people aren't even going to hide. It's probably not the best decision ever, but it's kind of amazing, really. There's just so much game here, and there's just a lot of little things that this game does that just work. Like, just the way that Alucard controls is just, it counts for so much because it's just so smooth. You have so much control over the way he, like, where he's going when he jumps, how he slashes. Are you going to slash twice in the air? Are you going to, like, jump and slash and then double jump and then slash twice on the way down or something like that? And just the way you can, like, cancel out certain animations, and it's just so, the control is so tight. I don't know how much of it was actually intended when it comes to like animation canceling and stuff like that, but it really makes a really big difference. Like, I recently played through all of the Game Boy Advance Castlevania games, and a lot of them are, like, they're all pretty good as well, but every one of them made me feel like, you know, I wish the control in this game was as good as Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Like, Aria of Sorrow is very, very, very close to Symphony of the Night in terms of the way the controls and stuff work. And yet, there's just a little bit, like, it's just not quite there. Like, it's just not quite as good as Symphony of the Night is. And it really, I would say, ruins the enjoyment of the game, but it makes it noticeably less. And I mean, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that if you have a... Let's try that again. I am of the opinion that if you have a game that is fun to play, without context, without objectives, it's just fun to control your character, then your game is fun. And Symphony of the Night definitely falls into that category. Every time I've ever gone back and played another Castlevania game, I just get kind of annoyed that I can't, like, oh, when you attack with your whip, you're, like, stuck into your jump vector and you can't, like, change directions in air or anything. That kind of thing just annoys me. But in Symphony of the Night, if you walk into an enemy, or if you, like, jump into an enemy, it's your fault. It's always your fault. There's just so many, like, nice, neat little, precise little things that you can do. Like, I like to think I'm pretty good at this game. I think this playthrough probably beat the game in something like 4.5, maybe 5 hours. I'm able to beat the game in a little over 3 hours. I think that's pretty good for a 100% run. And yet there's so many things that I'm terrible at. I can improve so much, and I think that's the mark of a good game. Ultimately, like, Symphony of the Night is probably easily one of my top 10 games of all time. And if you haven't played it, I definitely recommend it because it's a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoyed my playing through of it. Catch you later.